Alright guys, today's video is real simple. A lot of you big red guys know one of the biggest issues with these bikes is basically a leaky, rusty gas tank. Just go on eBay and see what some of these repaired gas tanks are going for. 200, 250 bucks, and most of them have been soldered, creamed, red coated. In my case is the same. I got an 86 big red, you know, real nice condition. But the day I brought it home, I took it around the block and gas started pouring out onto my leg as I was riding. So I did what most guys do to avoid having to buy a plastic gas tank. I went out and bought a can of red coat. I did 2 coats. I don't know if you could see it in there. No, it's kind of dark in here. Either way, I did 2 coats of red coat and it performed well for about 2 weeks. Started getting some slight leaks down in the bottom. Maybe the holes were just too big. You could tell here it's much worse. It's actually coming out in several spots. Here it's coming out a lot. I did a little bit of soldering down under here. I really want to be able to take this bike on long rides, so I bit the bullet. I sat for days and hours on eBay, constantly refreshing my search engine, and looked for a replacement tank. Plastic tanks are about 120 bucks average. You can get them for 115. These metal tanks, you can get them for about 150, dented up with a clean, rust-free inside. But then the issue of getting the dent repaired and bondoed would mean that you would have to have the tank painted and clear coated. That could be pretty costly. So I finally found one. It was tricky. It was in real rough shape paint-wise outside, but it was dry and clean inside, rust-free. Took it to my powder coater, and here's what we got. I believe this is the best solution. To be patient, look for a good, clean tank, rust-free. It's hard to see in here. Maybe I'll take it outside. My only issue is that now this bright, pretty tank is not gonna fit the rest of the bike. But it looks wise. So I'm hoping to get it out for a couple rides and get it dirty, and maybe it'll match a little better. My powder coater took the extra step. He said since it is a gas tank, and he threw a layer of clear over the powder coat. This tank was in real rough shape when we got it. It had a rough shape paint wise. You know, the color looks kind of a little bit pinkish, but it's not. It's red. Let me put it up to the bike so you guys can see. So that was my alternative. Got the tank for $135. The guy was asking $199 or best offer. I offered $135. He accepted, and $120 to powder coat it. Should be leak free. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some decals on it. I got some reproduction decals to go right there. One thing I am gonna do to avoid future rusting is I'm not going to be putting regular pump fuel, that 10% ethanol. I believe that when a bike sits, the ethanol fuel, how it separates and it begins to condensate and accumulates water, that is one of the major causes of some of these tanks rusting through. So I'm gonna use rec fuel, ethanol free. It's readily available here in South Florida. It's maybe 20-30 cents more expensive than the regular fuel, but it stores better, lasts longer. It should maintain its octane for longer, and since I don't get to ride as often as I like, it's just a better alternative. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this puppy on my big red, and I'll come back and show you a quick snapshot. All right, color matches real good. looks about right. Once I get the rest of the bike cleaned up, it'll match perfectly. You see the reflection. Remember, this is not a restoration. This is a rider, never been restored. All original from 86 down to the tires. You know, they got their dry rot. I did a little touch-up painting in the back. You know, the rack has got its dents and things and rust. I did recover the seat with one of those reproduction seat covers, just trying to keep it running. One thing I do gotta say is these reproduction decals from Kiwi Racing 23 on eBay are spot on. If you see in there, they even have the metallic on the silver and the gray that the originals do. So I gotta give them a shout out for providing good quality decals. They're the only ones right now on eBay that I have found that actually produces them. There's the original, there's the repop. That's it. I'll be back riding. I'm now in the process of looking for the reproduction warning label. I'll be putting this one back up on eBay to see if anybody wants to get it fixed. Overall, it is a solid tank. It is real nice, real clean. So thank you for watching my video. Hopefully I'll be adding some more videos soon for your viewing enjoyment. Take care.